welcome back. Hope you're all doing okay. Quite a long video today. So I have taken a whole bunch of screenshots off Pinterest and Instagram, and I couldn't think of what I wanted to do, what I wanted to recreate. So I basically made like a little poll on my family group chat, and I was like, right, there's 9 images here, choose one. So the winner was this one, and I mean it's bloody stunning. It's so pretty, and it was one of the ones that I really wanted to do like quite soon. And it wasn't until I sat down to do it I realised how much effort, how much work has gone into these nails. Like, they look stunning, but there's a reason for that. There is a lot of work, and that's why this video's 25 minutes long, I suppose. But we've got a lot of products that we're going to be using as well. So from Kiki London, and I've popped the codes up as well on screen. So we've got coconut, ruby red, we've got ballet charm, I think I used. We're going to be using Charlie's Nail Art Supply Red Hollow Glitter, Sparkle Nail Supply's Gold Crush. I keep saying it's Ice Gold. It's not Ice Gold, it's Gold Crush. It's super fine, and it's perfect for like in replace of clear acrylic. If you're wanting to do like frosty sweater nails or something with a bit of glitter. I don't end up using the silver chrome on this one, but I do use the red. From Madame Glam, we are using Purity, which is like a milky white jelly kind of gel, and their white gel paint, and I can't remember if it's Scarlet something. It's a glitter red from last year's collection, I can't remember. Either way, everything that I'm going to be using in today's video is always going to be linked in the description box down below, as it always is, along with discount codes for not just the products that I'm using, but for lots of other things too. So I've gone straight in with Ruby Red from Kiki. That is going on the thumb and the ring finger. I think they're the only ones. And then we're going to go in with Ballet Charm on the middle and the pinky. Then we will do the milky jelly white one, which is a little bit of a pain because it wasn't until after the design was all done I should have changed out Ballet Charm. I think I should have gone for more of a peachy pinky solid nude colour rather than this translucent one, because when they're all done I don't think you can tell that there's like much variation between this Purity, the milky jelly white, and the nude that I've used. So I do love Ballet Charm though, it is really nice. But obviously if you're going to be using like a milky white, I don't think Ballet Charm is the one to use in conjunction like with the milky white. So that's the second coat of milky white going on the index finger, and then I'm going to grab that glitter red from Madame Glam, and we're going to put that on the ring finger. So I didn't do 2 coats for the ring finger, that ruby red, and I kind of wish that I never actually put this glitter polish on either in the end, because I think the red background, the ruby red, was the perfect red to be the background. And I just thought, in my head I was like, well, we'll just need a glitter red to go over the top, we'll add some more glitter and it'll all work out lovely. And don't get me wrong, the finished design is really nice, but I think it's just unnecessary. I think just a red without the glitter red gel paint over the top of it would have been absolutely fine. But you'll see what I mean as it goes along, sort of thing. On the middle finger, we're going to do a French, just basic French, in that ruby red colour again. Now, I went upstairs at, I think it was 8 PM to do this design. I was like, I'll just do a quick video before bed. I'll be done in like an hour tops. And it was like 10:30 when I was done, and I was like, oh my god. I think it's all the individual baubles that we have to make. It's quite time consuming. So if this is going to be like a full set on your hands, be prepared to like have the whole day, unless you're super quick. When it's filming as well, when you're having to do one nail at a time, so obviously the base colour you can just do them all, pop them all in the lamp together. But when you're recording, you have to do like one nail at a time, wait for it to cure, get it out, do the next thing on it. Whereas if it's your own nails or a client's nails, you can switch hands and right, put that in the lamp while I work on this one, and put that in the lamp while you work on that one. It's just a lot more time consuming. So on the pinky finger, I tried to zoom in on the image, the nail, and it's got like this like clear jelly red, but it's almost pink, like plaid design on it. So I grabbed the flat plaid brush and the petal brush, both from Madame Glam, and I don't think I like them. I'm not sure. I feel like it just, I mean, it applies the product, but then if you want to neaten it up, it just takes it all off again. So I found that this is fine for like putting the product on, but if you want to neaten it up, just grab a striping brush and neaten those lines up. But what we basically did for that colour was mix some base coat into the ruby red until we were happy with the translucentness of it. And then it gave that a cure, straight in with ruby red, like straight from the bottle, and we're going to go 2 lines across and 1 line down. And whilst that is in the lamp, I will clean that striping brush that I'm using now. Make sure you clean it really well, because then it's going to go into white, into the white gel paint. So the best way I find to clean my brushes is wipe off most of the excess with a lint-free wipe and alcohol, not acetone. So make sure it's wiped off with alcohol. Then I will use a lint-free wipe soaked in acetone and rub through the brushes. But mostly it's gel paint, or if you have a brush cleaner, base coat, or if you have brush cleaner, anything like that. So I usually just have a palette with a big blob of base coat on, and I'll just keep running my brush through that until all of the excess product has come out. So in that instance, it was that ruby red, because I wanted to be using white after, and I do not want that white to turn pink. Or maybe you do, I don't know, but I wanted my white to be like super crisp. That is gone in the lamp for 60 seconds, and I'm going to put a matte top coat over that pinky nail, and the Born Pretty chrome powder top coat. It's just perfect. Every single top coat has its like differences. So when it comes to chroming something, you kind of have to test and experiment. But with the Born Pretty chrome top coat, just straight on, give it a cure, and you can put your chrome immediately on. There's no having to wait for it to like cure halfway or wipe it off after it's cured. None of that. Pop it in for a full cure and pop your chrome on. Just literally looked at the background rather than me doing the nails, and I realise it's the 1st of December today. I haven't opened my advent calendar, so I'm going to get this voiceover done. It is like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Haven't been feeling well all day, but that's just given me a little perk. I'm going to go and have a Cadbury Biscoff piece of chocolate. Win-win. Also, you might have seen at 6 o'clock for the next 25 days, so all the way up until Christmas, 6 p.m, it will be here on YouTube, Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, a little Christmas advent nail thing. So just one design every single day. It's going to be as a short and as like a long form video, but the long forms are only like 3 to 5 minutes long. But yeah, a little one every single day, a little bit like Flingin' Flangin' Friday, but I'm not going to be talking like at all. It's either 6 o'clock or 6:30, like British time. So once we've once we've put the chrome powder on the thumb, I'm gonna matte top coat it all. I actually seal everything in with a base coat first, like I do with all of my chrome stickers, foils, you name it. So once the base coat has cured, I then get a wipe soaked in acetone and I give it all a wipe off, and then I go in and matte top coat, and then I wipe it again with a little bit of alcohol or acetone. Then I will go in, I don't know why I do that, it's just like habit, just wipe. And then I go in with the white gel paint, create some icicles like we did the other day. I was saying how I just feel like I'm rubbish at them, but this one turned out bloody brilliant. I was very proud of this one. And then we're going to sprinkle some gold crush glitter on it. Not ice gold, not ice gold. I don't know why I call it ice gold. She does have a glitter called ice gold, but it is chunky. Not super chunky, but like little hex shape. But this one, Gold Crush, is perfect. But that's going to be linked in the description box as well. So I've poured all of that glitter on, tapped off the excess, gave it a cure, gave it a scrub, and that one is done. Finito, leave it to one side. Then the ring finger, we've got that red glitter polish on already. Again, not keen. Don't think I needed to do it. But we're going in with that red hollow hex glitter from Charlie's Nail Art Supply. And I actually do 2 layers of this. So the wet base coat, I make sure that everything is sitting as straight and flat as possible. Give it a cure, go in with the base coat again and do another layer of the glitter. Then, once that's cured, I'm going to grab the Born Pretty. Now this is for like 2 seconds. This is for applying the Gel-X tips onto your nails, but I think it works really well as like a builder. So I put a slip layer on, and then I go in with a big blob and I just even out the entire nail, get that apex, like just make sure it's all smooth. And doing this, I didn't need to file or buff at all. It was so smooth. It was self-leveling and it just filled in all of the gaps. It was great. So I gave that a cure, and then using Coconut from Kiki, their white gel paint polish. I keep saying paint. I do that all the way around the edge. No neatness required, because we're just going to grab an ombre brush and we're just going to try and like fan out. I don't know what I'm doing here. Cleaning it maybe. We're just going to fan out all the way around that nail, and a little bit of a top tip, because you're working with quite a lot of gel polish, like all the way around the edge. So there's times where I'm like, oh, I'm dragging too much like there. So I had to wipe off my brush first, give it a little clean before we go back in. Now I wish I could correct that little bit on the left side. But like I said, this was taking so long. So I was just like, you know what, sod it. It is what it is. I'm sure it won't be that much of an issue when the nail is done. So I cured the white. I matte top coated the whole thing, and then back in with the white gel paint, just doing some basic snowflakes. You know, the dots, 1 in the middle, 2 above, 2 below, 2 left, 2 right, 1 in each diagonal. And then with a brush that has like maybe 1% of product on it, you drag them from the centre all the way out in all the directions. And again, because you might get a bit of a build-up of product, make sure that after a couple of strokes, you are wiping that brush off to make sure that it is as little product on there as possible, because then otherwise your snowflakes start to look a little bit chunky. They start to lose definition on those circles, those dots that we've put on. The lines start to get a little bit too thick, and it does mess it up a little bit. So while that's still wet, we're going to use that exact same glitter. This one's just in a pot. I've brought the extra bag. Like, this is the 3rd time I've brought it in about 12 months. And I'm just refilling that pot because it's bloody lovely. So that one is all done, and we have 2 nails left to go. So the middle one is super easy. I'm leaving the most stuff on the nail, like the most busiest nail, the most work, till last, because my gosh, it was the most work. So I have got this silicone mould, little bow mould, and I'm just going to fill it in with the white gel paint. Oh my gosh, white gel polish from Kiki London, the coconut one. I like to bend the silicone mould so that you're really getting into all the nooks and crannies. Is that a word that just British people say, nooks and crannies? I would like to know that. I know there's a lot of weird things that the British people say that the rest of the world are like, what the hell are you on about? But genuinely, is nooks and crannies like a global thing or not? I really don't know. I would like to know. The mould, once I have filled in all of the nooks and crannies, and I flipped it over to make sure that it's looking good from the outside, like front facing. I'll pop it in my lamp for a full cure on both sides, so I'll flip it over as well. And then I'm just going to I usually take either base gel, top coat, some kind of builder gel, something clear, just to fill in the rest of like the bulkiness of it all. If you do it all straight away with just a coloured polish, the inside is going to be squidgy and uncured gel, and we don't want that. So you literally want to create a shell. So imagine I used to be a cake maker before nails, and the only thing I can think of is like, pretend you're going to make like a Reese's Pieces cup, and you've got a cupcake case, and you're going to line that cupcake case with melted chocolate, get all the edge of it coated, let it set, and then you can fill in the rest with like peanut butter, you know? That's what you want to do with the mould. You want to do all the edge, do the bottom, do the sides, let it cure, let it set, and then you will fill in the excess with whatever, but something clear so that the light can penetrate it properly. Now I did put it on, immediately knew that I'd made a mistake, because I always like to trim the edges, whether that's a file it or with little nail scissors or the e-file, depending on what I've used to make the bow. The edges can be a bit rough. So I popped it on and I was like, no. So I had to take it off, give it a wipe, and then fix it and put it on. So now we're getting to the tricky one. We're getting to the tricky nail. But it is so beautiful. And it is, now that I've done it, I know what steps I would take to do it better next time and do it faster. I think that's the main thing, do it faster. So I wouldn't matte top coat the entire nail like I did here. Just in my head, I was like, I'll do it now just in case, because I know I'm going to be chroming. So I wouldn't matte top coat at all. I would do all of the baubles first. So the rhinestone glue gel, I would just do them all down the nail in all different shapes, one at a time, flash curing 5 to 10 seconds each, and just keep doing that. And then I would go in with the caviar beads and the pearls. Then I would paint all of the ones that I wanted to paint in red. Then I would matte top coat. That's where I would matte top coat. I just did it a little ass backwards, and I learned from my mistakes, because it took me nearly 3 hours, 2.5 hours to get this, and it's just 5 nails. Like I said, they're in and out of the lamp, and it is a little bit more time consuming when you're filming, but definitely you learn as you go along, don't you? And I love YouTube for that, because people test it out for you and let you know the best way to do it. They make the mistakes first, I make the mistakes first, and it's a lot easier to tell you what not to do than it is to tell you what to do. So do your milky jelly gel, don't cure it, go straight in with your, whether it's a rhinestone glue gel, a solid gel, a semi-solid gel, whatever, a sculpting gel, something that is liquidy enough to create the ball, something that is solid enough to stay as a ball, but not something too solid that it isn't going to self-level by itself a little bit either. But yeah, get those ones done first. I say that because when I was doing them, right, I'll do a caviar bead here, then I'll do a bauble, then I'll do a pearl, then I'll do a bauble. When I was doing that, I was putting the caviar beads and everything a bit too close to the baubles. So if I can space out the baubles first, then I will know how close to put the caviar beads and the pearls. Because when it comes to, like, once everything is done, once everything is cured in place, and it comes to painting the baubles that you've done, if they're too close, there is a chance of getting that gel polish on either the pearl or the caviar bead, and it does kind of mess up the aesthetic of it a little bit. Only if obviously someone's getting really up close to your nails, but you yourself, if you've done it, you see it, and you know you see it, and you're never happy with your work. You're always like, oh, I wish I did this different. And that is always the case with me, like always. So I'm just going straight in with Ruby Red to paint all of the baubles. I don't think I'll show you painting all of them because it is so time consuming because the little tiny brush strokes, because of the fact that I put the pearls and the caviar beads a little bit too close, so I had to really like painstakingly with the tiniest brush getting all of the nooks and crannies. But then once they were all cured, they only had one coat of the red as well. The ones that I don't want to chrome, I'm going to paint like their designs on immediately with the white gel paint from Madame Glam. So I tried to do like this little swirly design on the first one, and I think I did some dots on the third one down. I was planning on chroming some and putting some white designs on them after, but when it came to it, I think they looked really nice, like just as they were, just chrome, red chrome balls. They look lovely. So with a dotting tool, I'm just going to blob them on. Now, there was a little bit that I looked at. This one that I'm doing now, the caviar bead almost looks as if, you know, the top of a bauble, it's got that little metal thing on so you can hang them on your trees and whatnot. That's what it looked like to me. And I kind of wish I realised that before I did this. I think they would have looked great if I'd put them on every single one, because it really does kind of look like that. Once the white bits are done, go in with the matte the whole nail, the caviar beads, the pearls, everything. Give everything a wipe, and then I'm going to use that Born Pretty chrome top coat again, and I'm just going to do the two. I think it's this one and the bottom one that I'm going to chrome. So again, the pearl and the caviar bead is a little bit too close, so I do have to like really take my time with putting that chrome top coat on. But then once it's cured, I can go in and put that red chrome all over it. It's so pretty. And I thought I was like, I'm on my last pot of red chrome, but I wasn't when I had a little look around, because we did like a little member video last week where I was showing that I was trying to organise all like my stamping polishes, my glitters, my charms, my foils. I rearranged the gel shelves as well, and I found some more chrome powders, so I must have like double brought at some point, and I have more, and I'm so happy I do, because I was definitely running low on a few colours. I want the whole nail to be matted, but I want those baubles to all be shiny. So once I've chromed and I've dusted off the excess, I then go in with the no wipe top coat from Madame Glam, and I painstakingly again go over the chromed ones, all of the baubles, the pearls and the caviar beads. They all be no wipe top coated to seal everything in. And then I added some charms on that middle nail and some extra baubles on that pinky nail, and look at them, aren't they adorable? And I did them in my sizes, but I know I'm not going to wear them because they're too darn long. But my daughter, who was one of the ones that chose this design, she was like, oh my god. And she's very similar sizes to me, so she might just get away with it. She might have these, but she's a guitar player, so she can't really wear nails. I have no idea who the original artist of this is. It was like a sale post on Pinterest, so if you do know, please let me know so I can credit them. But isn't it just beautiful? Absolutely stunning. I love it. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you guys loved it too. Let me know which one was your favourite. It's those baubles, isn't it? It's gotta be. They're so pretty. Take a lot of time, but so pretty. Anyway, everything I've used is linked in the description box down below. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and maybe hit that hype button as well. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.